In 1777, a mother and her child await the carriage that will change their lives. The mother is too poor to care for her child named Deborah, which is why she's being sent off as a servant. As the carriage arrives, the two say their last goodbyes. When Deborah arrives to the Thomas home, her spirits are lifted. Miss Thomas is kind to Deborah. Deborah has grown up. She continues to be a servant at the Thomas house. One day, her mom decides to visit. Deborah's mother wants her to get married and has already chosen a husband for her. Deborah argued that she wanted to live life and explore the world before she settled down. Her mother is enraged with the idea, and she storms off. The next day, the Thomas family is out of the house. Deborah begins to form a plan. She changes out of her feminine clothes and into masculine clothes. She strongly resembles a man. She continues down to the bar and sat down, and a soldier walked in and sat down next to her. They began to talk, and Deborah changed her name to Robert Shirtliff. The soldier told her about his adventures as a soldier. Deborah became interested in the idea. Later, she took all her feminine clothes and buried them in the forest. She decides to enroll in the army. Suspicions arise about a woman being in the army. Deborah is nervous. Sergeant Crisp is telling the platoon about a new mission to the Tory smokehouse, where Robert is going to climb through the window and steal all the meat. At night, they carry out with the plan. They steal all the meat and knock out the guard. As they begin to escape, Deborah is left behind. She struggles out of the window and begins to run. She hears a gunshot and she falls to the floor. The bullet hit her in the leg. She plays dead. A few days later, Deborah arrives at an army camp led by Captain Webb. She begins to explain how she took the bullet out of her own leg. Webb assigns her to General Patterson as a nurse. A few days later, Deborah faints, and General Patterson takes her to a hospital. There, they find out that she is actually a woman. General Patterson explains how he still respects Deborah for her service. Only a few people are angry with her. She gets an honorable discharge, and she is rewarded with various awards throughout the rest of her life. Deborah goes on to marry a farmer named Benjamin Gannett. She was the only known female in the Revolutionary War.